everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Goalpost Gossip. And this is the podcast where football meets banter. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow the movement at Gossip Goalposts. Without further ado, let's get this ball rolling. Okay, welcome back. Yes, we sure do have some hot topics that we're gonna talk about today, and we definitely gonna be talking about no other than Champions League, right? Champions League is what we're gonna talk about. The round of 16, how it plays out, how we feel about it, what we think about it, and we also going to want you to share your thoughts on how you feel about it. So, the first game we're going to talk about is no other than Chelsea versus PSG. Of course, we have to start by talking about Chelsea versus PSG. Um, Second leg turned out to be atrocious for, on a Chelsea's perspective, of course. Horrible, 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 horrible display. Like all of our little hopes just got shattered. Like it was all shattered in the first half, to be exact. Yeah, he got shattered in the first half. Terrible display. The way how we set up wasn't that bad, but the way how we go about the game was horrible, man. As you all know by now, Chelsea get trashed 3-0, and it's the worst we ever got beaten in Champions League, man. It's the worst, and I felt really bad being a part of that. I felt really bad watching that game because um, horrible display. The words can't explain. But first of all, our setup wasn't that bad. As you can see there, we got Joe Pedro, we got Neto to the left, Palmer off to the right. You know, number 10 is normally his preferred position, but based on our injuries and so forth and so on, I think the coach decided to move him into that position where he's playing off the right wing. Enzo was playing the number 10 position because we have to bring in Santos to cover in the midfield with Caicedo. As you can see, our substitute is no James. It was just terrible. I mean, oh my God, I don't know what to say, man. No James, no Gusto, none of that. It was just horrible. But nevertheless, we give Hato and Sar a chance. We got Chalaba playing over here, which Chalaba is naturally a center back, but he was playing over here on the right. But it never turns out to be very good for us. Substitution is not even looking promising anyway. Our first goal that we conceded was a mistake by Sar, and as you can see right here, the ball is all the way up here because he touched the ball off his heel. He tried to control the ball. Like, it was just a long ball played out. Cavaskelia was the only one up in the forward, and he was in the defense. As you can see, nobody else for Chelsea was there to support him. Everyone was all the way up. Even the referee is way ahead of all of the other Chelsea players. Here's the referee. Where no other Chelsea player in the picture. Second of all, Sanchez is all the way out here off his line. I guess he never expected the ball to be up there that fast. But Sar control of the ball because based on how the ball came over, we thought that he had control of the ball. But he miscontrolled the ball. He hit right on his heel. Perfect into the running path of Kvaratskhelia. And he wasn't strong enough to hold him back. He wasn't smart enough to, I don't know, man. And that leads to a goal, bro. That leads to a goal. See, he tried to hold him back. Kvaratskhelia was just so strong, and it leads to the goal. And we conceded that goal when Chelsea needed to score first. We were already 3 goals behind, and we needed to score first. But nevertheless, we conceded the first goal. And once we conceded the first goal, you know that put us in deep doo doo, deep doo doo. Okay, that goal was scored. Nevertheless, second goal. Look at all this. Look at all the Chelsea players right here. Look at what his name, Barracola or whatever, Barracuda. Look at all the Chelsea players. Nobody closed him down. Even before the ball came in, I think it was this slide. Like, look at this. Even before, this is the ball that came into him. Look, it's free. Look at the Chelsea player. Look. Nobody actually stepped to the player with the ball, and nobody is even close to try to intercept this pass or anything. Ridiculous. Second of all, this is Hakimi. PSG right back. Look at our left back, Cucurella. Look. This is our defensive space, you know. And look at our left back, Cucurella. Look at him. This is PSG right back. All the way up in our box, and the ball is coming from down here. They're playing from down here. Look at our left back. Chelsea was playing a deadly football that if you don't get it right, you're gonna get screwed. We were playing very, very, very high. And that game is what we used to beat PSG last summer. They were playing like this. They were playing very, very high, and we were playing in behind them. Now we came and we made that same freaking mistake playing against them. Look at Cucurella position. Look at PSG right back Hakimi, who made the pass to Barcola. Right here, free. Look at us. Look right here. Follow the arrow. Look at us. Nobody, not even close to the ball, and nobody is even close to Barcola to even block the shot. Everybody's watching the ball over here. Look at all of them. Looking at the ball. Everybody looking at the ball. But nobody's in position to stop the shot, block the shot, or nothing. It's like, is this information coming from the coach? It makes me want to believe that this information is not coming from the coach. The players just went out there and they were disorientated. I just think so, man, because you playing a game like this where you are trailing, right? We don't have the best defensive record. And we went out and play a style of football like this. We went out and play a game like this. We surrender. Obviously, we surrender. And there we are. We conceded a second goal. Now there is no way we can get back. We conceded a second goal. When we need to score 2 quick goals, we conceded 2 quick goals. No, this goal was an offside anyway. Same freaking thing. The same mistake. Look at this. Look right here. In your 6 yard, in your penalty area. Look right here. Look at the Chelsea player. Who is right here, watching the ball. Nobody get close to the ball anyway. Look at them. Look at them right here. Look at Cucurella and Caicedo position. This is the player. And they are looking at another player that's all the way out here. Cucurella and Caicedo watching this player when this man is free for a pass. Right beside both of them. How atrocious can this be, man? This is some grade like not even high school football level. This is like kids elementary football right here. This is all I'm seeing. Elementary football right here. Lewis Kelly free again basically to make a pass. He can pass it out there if he wants, which he will not, because here is a free player in the penalty area. These guys are don't even looking at him. The ball came through. Fortunately, he was offside. Fortunately, he was offside because in that 31st minute, it could have easily been 3-0 in the 31st minute. How much more can us as Chelsea fans take? I don't think many more. I don't think a lot more. I don't think much more, man. This is ridiculous, man. Now we get a break. We get a chance, and this is it. The ball was played out. You see, João Pedro all by himself, but I guess he wasn't clinical enough to finish it off, because this was an opportunity that Lewis Kelly get to finish, to score the first goal. João Pedro is up against the defender. The defender made the mistake. He won the ball, but guess what? It ended up in the goalkeeper's hand. He couldn't score. But nevertheless, he was isolated. Look at this. Look at the difference. Look where he had. Look at where all the other Chelsea forwarding players are. Huh? Nobody have the pace, the urgency to be up there. You know? Also, it's not even like they were back in the back. They're defending at all. They were just still camping out here somewhere when the ball made it to the goalkeeper. But then they weren't fast enough to react to at least made it up here. So João Pedro kicked the ball right in. He get the better of the defender, but the ball ended up in the goalkeeper's hand. I think he palmed it out there, something like that. How much more can we take? No, it's out of control. We're losing the game. We're losing positions. We're losing everything in the game. We're second to everything in the game. Also, another opportunity right here for PSG. Same blinking mistake. This guy, Barcola, is breaking all the way from down here, from his box. He made this run all the way up here. All the run. He made the run from down there to up here. Look. 1, 2, 3. Going towards the man with the ball. 3 of them going towards the man with the ball. Look. Lewis Kelly free right here. Look right here. Look right here. It's just because he was selfish. Why it's not 3-0? Because all he had to do is just cut back the ball anywhere here, or cut back the ball and push the ball across anywhere here. Because any ball across, Lewis Kelly would tap it in for it easy. Anything across right here, any of these two players have all the time in the world to set to take a shot and score a goal. Look at them. Look at them. And even though all 3 of them chasing him, running him down, he still was able to get a clear shot on target. Clear. He tried digging over the keeper, tried to kick it over the keeper, but he was just a little bit too low. So Sanchez just found himself in the position of the ball. But all 3 of them running him down and still able to get the shot off. He could have just simply passed it to any one of these and easily 3-0. Because nobody have the urgency or the mindset or even the vision to realize that, hey, 1, 2, 3 guys free right here, even though 3 of us chasing this one guy with the ball. It's mind-blowing, man. It's freaking mind-blowing. And it leads us to say that, man, where do Chelsea go from here? Where we go from here? Where we go from here? Huh? Where do we go from here? Here, when he took the shot, and it happens to just knock on Sanchez basically. See, here they are. And look right here. Look right here. Look right here. This is freaking crazy. Okay, Chelsea now. Second half, we decided to make changes. Why do we decide to even make changes? The coach even give Garnacho paper to come out. Like, what was the paper for? You already trailing 7-2. You already 5 goal behind. What was the paper? To be more defensive, to not prevent any more goals to go in? What was it? We would like to know what is that information about. We, the fans, would like to know what information were you giving the players at that time in the game. Embarrassing. I don't know what you could have told the team to make it any better or make it any worse. I don't know. But now we pull on this garbage right here. Lamb Dillap. We put on this garbage. Also, we put on him. We put on Garnacho, and I don't remember who else. Look at it. Clear sight and goal. He have all of this, all of this to push the ball through. Here's the keeper, right in his eyesight. Because his lack of control, his lack of urgency, his lack of vision, where did he push the ball? Right into the keeper's hand. He could at least even go across. He could at least try to push the ball across the keeper, and even Garnacho could have probably get a chance right here or something. He pushed the ball right into the keeper's hand. What is this guy doing at Chelsea, man? Huh? Why are you? This guy, we pay so much money for him. We keep giving him chances. And this guy, Lamb Dillap, needs to go. Lamb Dillap needs to go. Why we take off Joao Pedro and put him on? He makes no damn sense. At least we could probably at least fight to get a goal back and take a little shame out of her eye. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. So look at this again. For the third goal. Same thing. Same mistake. Lewandowski there with the ball right here. Who are these two guys? Who did these two guys pick up? Who is he picking up? You know what I mean? The position where he is in right here. I guess this is a good position to prevent a pass through here to this player, right? But what position are these two guys picking up? Look right here. Look right here. And look right here. Look right here. But look right here. And look at our two guys right here. I don't know what is Cucurella doing right here. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know what Cucurella doing right here. This is good. But look right here. The two players here ball watching. Look at my guys right here, free. Both of them free. Free as can be. Just waiting on the ball to come to any one of them to get a clear shot on target. Look at the goalkeeper position. Blocking off his near post, right? He's blocking off this post when look at the position of the player who have the ball. The position of the player who have the ball is facing out, right? The goalkeeper is blocking off the near post. You have everybody. Look at all of them leading to the side when the guy is facing outwards. And you got two free players right here and two players right here. Ball watching. Nobody get close to him to stop the pass. Nobody is even close to these guys to try to intercept the pass or even make it a little bit harder for them to get the pass. Nevertheless, it's Santos right here. Andre Santos right here is the one who actually run back, make a block, and then the ball pass back, bundle up to the other player. But nobody, none of these were here to assist. He was the one who kind of ended up come back. So by the ball pass back, he was the one who made it here to try to make a block. And the ball bundled and passed over to the other player. Easily was snatched into the empty back of the net because this guy was out of position. Freaking ridiculous primary school football. That's what it is. Primary school football. One more analysis right here. Look at this. Garbage now. 70-something minutes. We are 3-0 down. We are already out. We exiting. We are sitting 6th in Premier League and we exit. At this moment, we are out of Champions League. So before the game ends, we are out of Champions League. Look at this now. An opportunity to get a goal. Right? We have number 17, which is Andre. I think Andre right here. We got Garnacho right here. Look at this stupid ass position. Why is he facing out here to play the ball out here when you got two players who are free right here facing towards the goal? Why is his position like this? This stupid dumb bum was facing the goal. He stopped, turned back to turn his back towards the goal, looking for players who are on rushing. When you have two players right here, turn your body, my man. Turn your body to the left, and you could see. Turn your body to the left, and you could see. They made the run even before you turn your body to the right. He passed the ball out there. Guess what? These two players lock down Caicedo right here. He get a shot. All it goes into is just block. Because the moment, look, he got the ball. He got nowhere going here. Look right here. Look right here. And look right here. What are you going to do? Pass the ball to here for Caicedo to run? He can't. The moment he passed the ball to Caicedo right here, what happened? This guy onto Caicedo, block. Simple. Turn, swivel. Pass the ball right here. This guy is free. Santos is free right here. What's gonna happen when you pass the ball right here? Huh? More likely he's gonna run out. What's gonna happen? Garnacho get a free pass. Boom, boom. You pass the ball. You turn, boom. He's gonna run out. Before you boom, one touch. Boom, boom to Garnacho. Slot it in the far corner because the keeper gonna rush out this way. Bro, it's atrocious. It's fucking ridiculous. The last thing I'm gonna touch on with them is the stats. Look at the stats. These mean shit. These mean nothing. 15 shot on target, 49%, 51% to these mean nothing, man. These mean nothing at this time. Nothing at this time to us. To us, these mean nothing. You didn't even get a goal. Not even a goal because what? All these were easy save. All these were easy save to the goalkeeper. Easy save. So none of these actually caused any problem. So this don't even make any sense. Look at this. 5 shots on the man, on target and the guys get 3 goals. Now Chelsea exit. We exit the Champions League. We are in spot of bother in Premier League because we're basically fighting for 5th position because Manchester United is gone. So now we're down there fighting with Liverpool and Aston Villa to get 5th, which probably get us back into Champions League next season. 5th. And this is the way how we exit the Premier League. This is the way how Chelsea exited the Champions League. Ridiculous. And I don't know, man. I don't know where this goes from here, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't know where this goes from here because this is not it. This is not it. All right, the next one that we're gonna touch on quick and fast also is Manchester City. Manchester City versus PSG. Wow. That one is also another cracker. Manchester City versus PSG. City's out. Yeah. City's out. And boy. They are out in the most. I'm trying to pull up the thing right here. Where is it? Right here. And City is out in the most, I would say, unbelievable manner, man. I don't know if that's the word. I don't know if that's the word to describe Manchester City display. But they got trashed by Real Madrid. It's 2-1, but it ended 5-1, 5-2 or something like that. 5-1. Where's the thing? Come on. So Manchester City, on the other hand, Alan was nowhere to be found. He got a few chances that he didn't make use of. But City just wasn't clinical enough. Why this thing ain't coming up? Okay, here we are. City wasn't clinical enough. They weren't. Here it is. Okay. So City wasn't clinical enough, and they get punished. They get punished. They get punished. They get punished. Um, Vinny Jr. scored the first goal, which was a pressuring penalty, as you know. Yeah, it was a pressuring penalty that Vinny scored. That thing gone again. He stepped up. He won the penalty, and he scored. And when I say he won the penalty, because he was the one who played the game, who played to get it. When the shot comes in, Bernardo Silva. My goodness. Bernardo Silva handed the ball, and then they scored. So, with Manchester City out, and Manchester City also struggling in the Premier League, um, I think it's fair to say that I think an error of Manchester City is done. Yeah, I think an error of Manchester City is done. It's over because they are in no shape and form there to win the Premier League anymore. So, okay, so here we go. We pull up the game. Finally, I pull up my slideshow. So here you can see, um, in the 49th second, City do have an opportunity. I mean, Real Madrid do have an opportunity to score. Look at City. Valverde is coming all the way from up here, run behind the City defense. All the way from up here, right behind the City defense. One ball. Look. See that? And it could have easily be 1-0. All right. So this again now was the shot coming in from Vinny Jr. that actually hit the post, and then it came back out, and then another shot going that caused for the handball. So this was a shot by Vinny Jr. Who is blocking him? Who is stepping to him? Nobody. Nobody. Shot came in, boom. Hit the post, boom. Chaos. And once there's chaos right there, look what happened. The ball went, because it's the same ball that recycled by Vinny Jr. It didn't went out. It's within the same play. Hit, boom, off the hand, and Donnarumma was celebrating with Bernardo, thinking that, hey, you make a good save. But after the replay, it shows that Bernardo did push his hand towards the ball. Here is Vinny, stepped up, bam, slotted into the back of the net. Goal. And it was a pressuring penalty because, you know, it was to Manchester City was having a little moment where they were creating some chances there here and there in the game. Within that moment, I should say, right before even the goal was scored. So with Vinny scored that goal, it kind of just settled the score. It just settled the game, I should say. And it was no daylight. It was daylight, I should say, between them, because it was going to be hard for Manchester City to come back. And Manchester City is not in the best of form. Their last couple of games, I think they drew. They haven't been winning, so it would be tough for them. So Vinny scored that goal, 1-0 up, to Real Madrid. Spot about their Manchester City. If you can see right here, this was also another play where it's Vinny just breaking free, and they know what kind of player Vinny is, but they allow Vinny to be breaking free. Here he is, cut through all of them. My guy, Vinny is a right-footed player. Why is he going down on his knee right here on the? What is he blocking right here? Vinny cut between both of them, get a clear shot, but he ended up in the crowd. It was so much easier to score here than this, but hey, Vinny ended up missed that goal. Lot of cut and clear chances that they get. Also in this one, look at this. Vinny is coming all the way from up here. He run past him. Everybody is watching the ball. And nobody is scanning their surrounding to see which opposition player is making a move. He missed his opportunity again. Vinny could have get like 5 goals in the game. Terrible defense. It was a bad Champions League round of 18 by Premier League team during the weekend. Vinny cut through. He get a chance. He missed it because nobody picked him up. You understand me? Here, Haaland scored a goal, but it was nothing. Haaland didn't even celebrate. It was just another goal to his tally, but he wasn't doing nothing for the team. And there was no emotions to that goal. There was actually no meaning to that goal because it was hard for them to come back. It was like the game was almost over. It's 70 something minute. You know what I mean? So sad to see Manchester City going out of the Champions League like that. As I said, Manchester City do get a few chances that they did make use of, and they needed to score goals and they needed to score fast, but they didn't make use of their great opportunities. That is when Haaland do get a goal right there, and then here we are. They get another goal right here, but I think it was ruled offside. That was Jeremy Daku, offside. They get another goal right here, and it was ruled offside by Cherky, as you can see. Look at the Real Madrid line. Perfect. Ball in, he was definitely offside. So those 2 goals, if they had get those goals, would have made a difference in the game, but they just never recover. Real Madrid themselves got a through close call. This one was ruled offside also by Vinny. There was 2 goals that ruled out by Vinny that was offside in quick session. But then this one came in. Look at all the City players. Vinny made the pass from down here. Look at Vinny. Look at all the City players. Look at them. And this is Vinny when the ball come in. Zoops. Wait, you didn't know that Vinny was gonna do this? Zoops right here. Easy goal. And win the tie. So I honestly think that the bad luck for Manchester I think the bad luck for Manchester City come from Pep's shirt. Where did Pep get this hockey ass shirt wearing? That is one ugly shirt. I don't care what it is. I know people may think it's Dolce Gabbana or Gucci or whatever. No, Gucci, denim. Whatever it is, man, it's ugly as hell. Pep just like old bastard right here, man. And City lost the game. Out of Champions League. So, nevertheless, look at the stats for that game. Real Madrid was way more critical than City. Position-wise, City are always going to have that because they play possession-based football. But Real Madrid was way more critical. And just like that, City's out of the Champions League. Just like that. Where does it go from here with Manchester City? I honestly don't know. Where does it go from here? That was a tough defeat for them, and this is like maybe like a 3rd or 4th time they get eliminated at this stage by Real Madrid. So it doesn't matter what the form Real Madrid may be in coming into the round of 60, as long as they reach the knockout stages. Real Madrid is a different animal, man, and I think they are the one who get PSG. Yeah, so that will be a very good showdown. All right, next game that I'm going to touch on quick and fast again is Tottenham. Out of all the Premier League teams that were in a spot of bother, I think Tottenham surprised us all. They did give Atletico Madrid a fight, man. Tottenham was coming back. They were on the verge of a wonderful comeback. But the mistakes that they made in the second leg, it really cost them dearly. And I must say, salute. I have to be on camera to say that. I must say salute to Tottenham. Salute. One or two things, they end their not losing streak, but no wins. Because whether they lose or they draw, but they haven't been winning games. But they ended that. They won the second leg. And they play handsome football, man. They play risky football, but they were in control. And Tottenham took the lead twice. And then they surrender. Twice they took the lead, man, and surrender. So I feel bad for Tottenham. I feel really bad for Tottenham because they deserve to get something. Here, this was their first goal. It was awesome. Free header. Bam. Cut in between the two defenders right here. Very smart. Boom. Once the ball come in, break free. Headed in. And Tottenham did the right thing. They scored the first goal. They scored the first goal. So Tottenham was on their way to do a great and wonderful comeback. So they did score their first goal, and then in no time, Atletico Madrid equalized. And I think Atletico Madrid into that. I think it was a mistake. But Tottenham get some clear chances, Like even like this one right here with Tell. Like right here, I think in this play, he had 2-3 players in the box with him, that he could have crossed the ball to, But he's gonna try to score, and that's what he did. And he tried to score, and the keeper saved it. Had Tottenham score right here, they would be 2-0 up, just within one. It would make so much difference in the rest of the game. But nevertheless, here it is. Tell, he score, he do that, bam, save. So if he had crossed that ball, we got players around here that could have actually tapped that ball in, but he didn't. He did make the cross, and they get more chances after that too, but they didn't capitalize on those chances, and it turns out to bite them in the butt. So as I said, man, I wanna lift my hat off to Tottenham for that fight. They did. Came back. Vicario did a wonderful save to keep them in it. But most of the game, Tottenham was in control. Tottenham was in control until they surrendered the first goal, and it was just all crumbled after that, like goals for goal for goal for goal. Yeah, they should have, as I said, the first goal. This was the goal that was scored by my guy. Yeah, he was free in the box, as you can see right here. The ball came in. There he is. Free shot. So Tottenham could have do better right there and defensively. But nevertheless, as I said, man, I think Tottenham did a great job of fighting, coming back. They were 1-0 up, then they 1-1, then they go 2-1 up, and they press in, getting chances. Then it goes 2-2, and then eventually they get the winning goal, which doesn't really mean a lot because they ended up lose over the two legs. But I really think the first leg is what cost Tottenham dearly. The mistakes that were made by their goalkeeper, they just could not recover. It was asking a lot of them, and they did give it a fight. So I must say, job well done to Tottenham. Job well done to Tottenham. All right, next game we're gonna quick and talk about is Liverpool. Liverpool. Liverpool went into this 1-0, trailing 1-0, and Liverpool really showed up in this game. As you can see, Liverpool dominated in all the most important aspects, and they won 4-0. Nevertheless, Mohamed Salah is on the score sheet. He could have scored 5. He was very, very wasteful. Yeah, Mohamed Salah was very, very wasteful. He could have scored a lot more goals, but nevertheless, he still get a goal. He also missed a penalty, which was horrible, and that will not go down well. So Liverpool came away with a marvelous victory and made it through to the next round. So the first goal was scored by Dominic Sabasai. He's in very good form. He scores screamers, and this was one of them. Yeah, he was a banging. And once he scored that goal, Liverpool were on their way. And there is the Salah missed penalty. No, that wasn't a mischance from Salah. He's not even penalty. The ball came over and Salah tried to chip it over the goalkeeper, and he just get it all wrong. You can see. He just get it all wrong. It was just too close to the keeper. So that was a very, very good save. But the penalty miss gonna be mostly talked about, even though he scored a goal. Here it is, like right here. That's him in position to take the penalty, and he was saved. He was So, nevertheless, Liverpool etiquette to get this goal because Salah did an assist. And Liverpool rounded off and on to the next day go. Alright. So that was very good for Liverpool. Alright, the last and final one I'm going to touch base with is Newcastle. I was having hopes, man. I was having hopes that Newcastle was going to really give Barcelona a run for their money. But Barcelona really separate themselves to really show what it is to be Barcelona and what it is to be Newcastle. Say, you are Newcastle, we're Barcelona, we're not in the same league. We played 2 games prior. I mean, we never played against you before. We tried to feel you out. You drew the first leg, we fought and we get a draw. Now you come to Spain, all right, we know who you are. We are not in the same league. And so it is shown right here. Barcelona trashed Newcastle 7-2. Wow. And that was the 4th English team to get eliminated, which make it a little bit of history right here. It is the first time 4 English team has been eliminated from the Champions League at the same stage. Never been happened before. It's the first time. It sucks, but well, it's sad for English team. So yeah, look at goals. Goals. It was a ton of goals, man. It was a ton of goals. The leg had 8-3 because it was 1-1 before. Here we are, 8-3. 7-2. They trashed Newcastle. Newcastle, they tried. They played ball. They get chances, but it just never turned out right. So I must say, I must applaud Newcastle. Oh my! I must applaud Newcastle for actually give it a really good shot. And this is what it should have been. I should have my thing right here. That is what should have been there. But nevertheless, nevertheless, everybody else thing was there. So I must applaud Newcastle for what they have done. They made it to there, and they represent, even though they get outshined in the second leg. So good job, Newcastle. So honestly, I I don't think Newcastle gonna make it to next Champions League because they're not in so much of a good position in the Premier League right now. Um, Also, I don't know if Chelsea really gonna make it either, or if they deserve to be in Champions League next season. I'll be brutally honest. The team is not looking good. We need defense. We need centre back. We need good defensive unit. We need goalkeeper. We need, and I'm gonna put it out there. We need a coach. We need an experienced coach. Chelsea is a club with a good history, one of the top 6 club in England, and one of the top 6 club, I could say, around the world. Chelsea cannot be going down like this. We the fans, we're tired. We the fans, this project is not working. We need experienced player, we need credible players, and we need players who are going to give us result. We are tired of this now. We are tired of this. We can't be struggling in Premier League and get knocked out of Champions League in the most embarrassing way. So, Arsenal won their game, Bayern won their game. Those were expected. So, Arsenal and Liverpool is the only English Premier League team that left. So, hopefully, Liverpool can go and win this. Hopefully, Liverpool can go and win this. I'm just hopeful. I would feel much more happy, right? So, Arsenal also get a Sporting in the last 8, which is Arsenal is kind of getting through, I would say, a little bit easier than everyone. I wanted Arsenal to face back a Bayern again right here, or a Real Madrid, or a PSG, or a Barcelona at this stage. But obviously, they're going to face one of them in the quarterfinal. So, in the semifinal, I should say. So, let's see. Let's see. Let's see if they pass Sporting and made it to the semifinal. Yes, they're gonna face one of these teams, but I was hoping they would face one of those teams right now. So Arsenal leave it for last to score the 2 winning goals, which nevertheless they win, man. It doesn't matter when they come, they win. So let's see how it goes from here on. All right, again, man, this is Alton. Not in a so much of a good mood because of the devastation, but nevertheless, I did a review and talk how I feel. So let me know what you think in your comments below. Again, I'm Alton, your host for a Gossip Goalpost. Until next time,